Hi there guys, I just wanted to share a really quick video with you based on a couple of conversations I've had over the last week to a fortnight with members at the studio. It's all to do with something I've spoke about a number of times on the Health Oddity podcast, okay, if you've listened to that. But it is important because I know that lots of you feel it. And it's about, I suppose, feeling frustrated sometimes with your training and feeling maybe like you're not progressing, or that you're putting in a lot of work, or it feels you're putting in a lot of work, and maybe you're making some sacrifice as well, and you're not really getting the results that you want from training. Now, first of all, we all need to learn, and this is me as well, and I'll use some examples in a bit, but we all need to learn patience. And the main thing really is learning to embrace the plateau, yeah? Because if you're training for the rest of your life, and I hope to be, I'm 43 next month, I hope that I'm still training in my 80s and beyond, I'm going to spend most of my time on a plateau, okay? And then there'll come a point where I'll make an improvement and I'll move up a notch, and then I'll be plateauing, and I'll make an improvement, I'll be plateauing. You are not going to see daily, weekly, sometimes even monthly kind of big progression in everything that you do. So there's two things that we need to do to kind of deal with this and to kind of keep ourselves on track, because I know it's frustrating. But one thing that I do see a lot of all the people who are talking to me, one thing I do see people doing is really kind of this negative sort of self-talk, and actually probably not seeing the big picture and not seeing the reality, actually seeing things as worse than they actually are. Because this person I was talking to the other day, they are making progress. They're making steady progress in many things. But there's one thing that they chose to focus on, which they don't feel they're making progress in. So it's about embracing little wins, embracing quick wins, and embracing big wins, but seeing the true picture. If you're tracking 10 things and 3 of them are improving and 7 of them aren't, focus on the 3 things that are improving, not the 7 that aren't. And as long as the 7 aren't getting worse, if they're just on a plateau, then that's fine. Focus on these 3. There'll come a time when those 3 will plateau and maybe 3 more things will start to improve, yeah? So as with everything in life, it all comes down to how you manage what's going on in here, managing your expectations and being honest with yourself. Now, just as an example, I posted a video in the July group, the July challenge group earlier in the week, where I managed to do like a 1-arm press up on both sides, like better than I've done. And I've got a course coming up in September, and I've been working on these things for the last year. And it's been a year pretty much, or 9 months to 12 months, and I've just done this, yeah? So sometimes, you could be working on something for 6 months, 8 months, 12 months, a year. And I literally pressing, say, for example, the 32 kilo kettlebell, it took me like 4 or 5 years to get there from the 28. It's stupid. It should have taken, I say it should, but again, what am I doing? Oh, it should have only taken a few months. I'm comparing myself to others and comparing myself to things which is really irrelevant. It takes me as long as it takes me. The important thing is I get there in the end, okay? And there's a saying, isn't there? If you're sick and tired of keep starting over, stop giving up. If you're on the path, keep moving along the path, and just choose what to look at, what to track, what to measure, and you will improve. And sometimes things won't happen as quickly as you want. We get people come and see us all the time who maybe for 20, 30, 40 years, they've not looked after themselves, They may be carrying, multiple stones more weight than they'd like. They're not very fit. They've got injuries and stuff like that. And they turn up and within 2 or 3 weeks expect to have totally changed. It doesn't happen like that. You didn't get in the situation you're in overnight. You're not getting out of it overnight. And it might take years, and it might take 5 years, and it might take a decade. But you're not in any rush. You've got as long as you want in life, haven't you? You've got, like I say, I hope to be training for the next 50 years. So in the greater scheme of things, if it takes me another 5 years to get from pressing the 32 to the 36, and I do it injury-free and I stay fit and healthy, it doesn't really matter. So please just focus on things that you are doing, because a lot of you are doing really good things. And I think that's what I do. I focus on where I'm improving. And I know I've got areas to improve, but I don't get down by the areas that aren't improving. For example, the goblet squat this week. I managed to do a 56 kilo goblet squat for the first time. And I've been trying that for maybe 6 months. And I got it to this week, yeah? And then I managed to clean the 68, and I'm nowhere near squatting it. But it might be another 6 months or a year till I do that. But that's fine, because I'm not in any rush. I focus on the little things that I'm improving on, and where I'm struggling, I know that I'm going to keep working and keep plugging away, yeah? So I appreciate and I fully understand getting frustrated when things don't feel to be moving as quickly as possible or as quickly as you'd like them to. But just know, if you're on a path and some things are improving, other things will improve as you keep going, okay? And if they genuinely, and nothing's improving, and then you kind of look at the plan, and then you course correct, and we work out some way of doing things better. Or you may need to make some tweaks into, the way you're eating, or the amount you're sleeping, or the amount of water you're drinking, or how you're training, or when you're training. But there's always ways around things. The worst thing you can possibly do is give up, because then you're not going to get anywhere. You're just turning around and going back to the start, and then you're going to start again even more frustrated, yeah? So hopefully that helps some of you. Progress doesn't have to be fast, okay? And it's not fast most of the time. It's slow, and it takes time, and it takes patience, and it takes persistence, and it takes resilience. But if it was easy, everyone would be doing it. And most people aren't. 95% of people are unhealthy, unfit, they don't move enough, they don't take responsibility for their own health and their own activity levels and their own life. And you do. So you're doing the right things. You've got to stick with it. If you've got any comments at all, comment below. If you've got anything to share, if you disagree with me, if you agree with me, if you've got a different perspective you'd like to put on it, I'd love to hear about it. Anyway, have a great day, guys. Take care. Stay safe, stay strong. Listen to the Health Oddity podcast. Bye-bye.